Welcome to the final road edition of the Mizzou Minute. I'm Tod Palmer, beat writer for the Kansas City Star, coming to you today from Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee, where Missouri lost 63-37 today against the Volunteers. And yeah, the defensive performance was every bit as bad as it sounds. There was an interception return for a touchdown, so you can only really pin 56 of those points on the defense. And there was another interception that set up a drive at the 9-yard line. But still, 609 yards, 49, 56, 63 points, however you want to characterize that. The defense really didn't give them a chance, the Tigers a chance to win today. Josh Dobbs ended up running for 190 yards on only 10 carries. He had touchdown runs of 30 and 70 yards, the latter being the longest run of Dobbs' career, and really a backbreaker early in the fourth quarter for Missouri. It was more the same. We saw missed tackles, and a lot of the things we've seen throughout the year. So it's hard to say that was a real big surprise that the defense struggled, but they had been playing a little bit better in the last couple weeks at South Carolina and against Vanderbilt. Of course, I tried to caution this week, if you read the Kansas City Star or visited kansascity.com, that look, there's a difference between Tennessee at home and South Carolina or Vanderbilt's offenses. So, I think Missouri got exposed a little bit today. But, offensively, a very good performance. They've already set the record for most yards from scrimmage in a 12-game season. They set a record today for the most plays with 110, the most first downs with 41. They came up only 4 yards shy of the record for the most yards in team history with 740. That is the record for most yards Tennessee's allowed in any game. And look, they ran for 420 yards. Again, it's the most since they ran for 428 against Western Illinois, which is also the game they had those 744 yards. A big game, especially for Demarie Crockett, who not only topped 1,000 yards, but he set the freshman single game and single season rushing records with 24 carries for 225 yards. That gives him 1,062 yards for the season, which breaks Brad Smith's record, which had been at 1,029 back in 2002. So there were some bright spots. Missouri played really well. And if you said that Missouri's going to score or rush for total 740 yards, rush for 420, and have 41 first downs, you probably feel pretty good about their chance of winning that football game. You also have to factor in the 4 turnovers. Drew Lock had the 2 interceptions, but there was also a fumble on a 4th and 1 run by Josh Augusta, and then a fumble by Jamon Moore as he was going into the end zone that ended up going for a touchback. That hurt the offense. Missouri wasn't able to generate any turnovers on the other end. So really just, look, more of the same. They don't play complementary football very well. When the offense has it going, the defense can't stop anybody. When the offense is struggling, the defense plays well, but it doesn't matter because they still end up on the short side of the scoring column. It's a little bit startling to have 740 yards of total offense and lose by 26, but that's where this team's at. And I'm sure it's frustrating for fans. I know it's frustrating for Barry Odom and the players, but there are signs of progress if you look at this season overall through 11 games. It's going to come to an end next Friday when Missouri hosts Arkansas at 1:30 p.m. At Memorial Stadium. That's going to be it. That's going to be all for 2016. And Barry Odom and his staff will be able to look forward to putting together a recruiting class and trying to do better next year, because obviously this year wasn't good enough. But like I said, there are some positive signs. Look, Missouri's, you got to remember they lost 42-7 at LSU just a month and a half ago. They lost 40-10 or whatever it was, or 40-14 a couple weeks later in mid-October down in the swamp in Gainesville. Today they went in and put 37 on Tennessee despite 4 turnovers, in Knoxville. That's progress. That's progress any way you look at it. And so we'll see. Obviously this season was a fast track to nowhere, but this is the baseline that Barry will now begin working with as you look toward 2017 and beyond. So from Knoxville, Tennessee, I'm Tod Palmer. Be sure to visit kansascity.com this week as we plow through the last week of the season. And happy Thanksgiving, guys. Hope you guys have a good one and get to spend some time with your families.